Hey, this is Jay, and this is a quick tutorial for setting up a Telegram bot with N8n. So if you're not familiar with Telegram, it's just a free messaging app. You can get it for Android or iOS or even for desktop. And you can very easily set up a bot that you could then connect up to an N8n workflow. So I had a previous tutorial where I actually helped set up a basic AI agent. But one big problem with that is that it just was using the default N8n chat message trigger, which is not super useful. Because the only way to really use this is that you have to be in here on the workflow, and there's just a nice chat button. So you hit chat, and then you'd be down on the chat interface in the bottom, and that's the only way to send messages, which is not super helpful unless you're planning on just hanging out, looking at your workflow all the time. Usually you want to be doing something else and then be able to send off a message. So that's where Telegram comes in, because it allows you to be able to have a much more useful trigger to be able to access your AI agent or whatever workflow. So we're going to build something like this just to show a quick example of how easy it is to set up a Telegram bot. So let's go ahead and create a new workflow. Create a workflow. All right, so in the new workflow, first thing we want to do, obviously, is connect to Telegram. So let's go ahead and search for Telegram. And there are a number of trigger options here for Telegram, but we're just going to do on message for now. So then you need to create credentials to be able to connect to Telegram. So let's go ahead and create a new credential. And in this case, first you actually need to sign up for Telegram, so that's easy enough. But after that, what we're going to do is create a Telegram bot. So there are directions on how to do this here. So if you click on the Open Docs link here, you will get Telegram credential step by step. And we are going to use their bot father, which makes it really, really easy. So over in Telegram, assuming you've already signed up, you're just going to search for bot father, which I've already chatted with. So yeah, I'm going to look for that. I'm going to go ahead and clear the chat history so you can see it from the beginning. All right, so let's go ahead and when you first interact with it, you would just hit start. It's going to list out all the options that you have here, and we're just going to use the first one. So we're going to look for a new bot. So have bot father go ahead and create a new bot. Awesome. So this is just going to be the display name at the top. So like this guy's called bot father. So we're just going to, whatever you want to call it, this one's fine. So N8n test bot. Good deal. So now the username is actually public. So it has to be unique. It also has to end in bot. So I'm going to do something like jnew test bot. Actually, jnew 2025 03 2022. And we have to end in bot, so I'm going to end with bot. Okay, and there we go. So that's created a Telegram bot. This HTTP API access code is actually what we need to be able to connect to N8n. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to come back to our Telegram node here and go ahead and paste that access token in. And so with that added, we should be connected to the Telegram bot. So that's easy enough. So now we have a Telegram account. We're triggering on message. So the next thing we need to do is actually have some messages to be able to test with, because right now we haven't done anything yet, so it's not going to be able to find anything. So yeah, it's just going to kind of hang there. So let's stop listening. So back in Telegram, it gave us a link to the new bot that we just created. So if I go ahead and click that link, we have N8n test bot. So that was the first name we gave it, not the second name. So let's go ahead and start. So I'm just going to say, hey there, and message. So the bot doesn't do anything, so it's just going to accept the message. But now we have a message to test with. So back in N8n, let's go ahead and test. And there we go. We have our message, hey there. So good to go on actually accepting messages. So now this is where, you could expand this to be whatever you want. But in this example, we'll just make it a quick AI interaction. So I'm going to go create an OpenAI node, and we're just going to message a model. Nothing too fancy to do here. We're connecting to an OpenAI account. So we'd come in and choose our model. So I'm going to say 4.0. All right. And message, in this case, we're going to say, we don't have to get anything fancy. Just say, let's say you are a hopeful messaging bot. Here is the message from the user. All right. And then we're going to pass in the text There we go. And then I'm actually going to set it to output as JSON just so it's easier to reference that in a future node. And let's go ahead and test to make sure we're connected to OpenAI. There we go. Just replied with, hello, how can I assist you today? Cool. So for completion's sake, let's go ahead and return a response in Telegram. So here's Telegram. And let's send a text message. So then in send message, the only thing we really need to pay attention to now is that Telegram does have a chat ID. So kind of down here at the bottom of the Telegram trigger, there's a chat object. And we want to grab the chat ID so that we can get that, just so we know where to send the message back. And then we can send the text of whatever the AI responded with. So in this case, we're just going to drag response over into text. All right. And then if we were to test, we can see that something happened. Let's go back to Telegram. I'm back over in Telegram. We got a response back from the AI. Hello, how can I assist you today? So that's pretty much it. That's just a quick tutorial for setting up a Telegram bot and connecting it to N8n. In this case, we just did a basic interaction with OpenAI. So it's an easy way to set up a simple AI agent. But obviously you could use it for any number of other things. You could actually just use Telegram as a way to trigger another more complicated workflow that you want to run in the background. But if you have any questions or comments about this or any other tutorials you'd like to see, please let me know. And in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.